Here it is, folks. Good morning, because this is a big deal. The Oilers are making a desperation move, heading into game number 4 in their second-round series against the Vancouver Canucks. The source is Frank Saravalli. He went out there and tweeted this earlier this morning, that the Oilers are planning to start Cal Pickard against the Canucks in Game 4 on Tuesday night. The Oilers are looking to even up the series with Pickard backstopping them in what would be his first career Stanley Cup Playoff start. And then if you go over to the article, it pretty much goes out there and says the same thing. I mean, let's go out there and read it. It's linked in the tweet anyway, right? So what's the harm? It says here that Coach Chris Knobloch's brave decision to start Pickard comes 2 days after he replaced starter Stuart Skinner for the third period of Game 3, where Skinner allowed 4 goals on 15 shots. The Oilers are looking to even up this best-of-7 all-Canadian series at 2 games apiece in Game 4. If not, the Canucks will have a chance to advance to their first Western Conference final since 2011 on Thursday night in Game 5. Vancouver will be without defenseman Carson Soucy in Game 4 on Tuesday after he was suspended for 1 game by the NHL's Department of Player Safety for his cross-check on Connor McDavid after the final horn sounded in Game 3. Now, here's the thing about Cal Pickard. He's dipping his toes into a pressure cooker in oil country with incredibly limited playoff experience at any level. Prior to Sunday, the 32-year-old Pickard appeared in just 5 total playoff games as a pro in his 15 years since junior hockey. The article then says that just like Arturs Silovs, the projected opponent he will face, Pickard was technically the third-string guy to start out the year behind Jack Campbell and Stuart Skinner. Now, before we dive into some of the extra numbers, and we can definitely do that in this video, I just want to talk about the dynamics. I want to talk about the vibes. Because part of me was saying yesterday that even though Stuart Skinner was technically one of the worst goaltenders we've ever seen in the playoffs, and technically the worst one we have seen in the past 20 years or so, even though Stuart Skinner is that bad, part of me kind of thinks, he's the guy that got the Oilers here in the first place. He was the guy who went on a tear to start out their point streak, their win streak, and eventually put them in this position to be second in the Pacific and make this second round in the first place. Stuart Skinner, you kind of got here on his back. He had the shutout against the LA Kings in round 1. He was looking pretty good. Maybe not the best, but still looking pretty good. And in a series where it's technically only 2-1, you've only played 3 games, even though Skinner has been god-awful. In my mind, even though we made the videos yesterday, I was kind of thinking, do the Oilers still run it back with Skinner? Do they give him his chance to prove that he is still capable of being the guy? In 3 games, he hasn't been able to do that, but it's only a 2-1 series. Do you risk going back to Vancouver down 3-1 because you wanted to start Cal Pickard, the third-string goalie? Part of me was thinking about that conversation. Another part of me was saying, I kind of don't want to see the Oilers start Cal Pickard because pretty much anybody is better than Stuart Skinner is at the moment, and the idea of feasting alive on this guy who's remaining in net definitely intrigues me. I did see a lot of people go out there, actually, Oilers fans even, saying, yeah, even though Skinner has been terrible, you gotta respect the guy. He's been the reason they're here, so you gotta roll with him. Cal Pickard has little to no playoff experience whatsoever, and if you go over to his profile, that pretty much was the case here. Cal Pickard played in 3 playoff games for the Toronto Marlies in 2017-2018. He played in 1 for the Oilers on Sunday, and then he played for 2 in the Bakersfield Condor system last year. That's it. That's all of the playoff action Cal Pickard has had since 2008-2009 as a member of the WHL's Seattle Thunderbirds, and he only had 5 games then as well. This guy has no playoff experience. And I was kind of thinking, this would be such a Hail Mary for the Edmonton Oilers, but because hockey is as weird of a sport as it is, it seems like, honestly, the one trap card they have possible at their fingertips. Hey, our main goaltender, the guy who has been so good to get us here in the first place after Jay Woodcroft was fired, who started to go on a tear. He's been so good, he sucked for 3 games, so now we have to go out there and put in a guy who hasn't played any extended postseason time since 2009. Like, is that not the ultimate Hail Mary here? And part of me is scared too, like, hey, Cal Pickard has such little experience. He was so this season with the Edmonton Oilers. I mean, he had a .909 save percentage, which technically is above league average, so I'm not going to hate on him too hard here. All it takes is a third-string goaltender to pop off, and you're back in a series. As much as the dynamics change where it's like, yeah, the Canucks should be able to challenge a third-string goalie and beat him out, the same thing could be said about Artur gosh darn Silovs the entire playoff run. The Preds thought they could do this against Arturs Silovs. The Oilers thought they could do this against Arturs Silovs. If the Canucks feel that they can do the same thing against Cal Pickard, and Pickard ends up doing the same magic that Silovs has been doing, then all of a sudden, we have ourselves a series. Maybe it's a tie series heading back to Vancouver for Game 5, and everybody in this city is panicking again. Who knows? Now, of course, there is a difference here. Arturs Silovs is like 10 years younger than Cal Pickard is, but I did want to go out there and point this out. This was tweeted out here by Brandon Assel. It's in response to the Frank Saravalli tweet. The last time Silovs and Pickard started against one another in the playoffs, that was Game 2 of last year's opening round when Abbotsford clashed with Bakersfield. Silovs got the win. And interestingly enough in that game, Höglander got the game winner. Okay. We haven't seen anything about the Canucks and their lines yet as of right now when I'm recording this audio. Maybe that changes when the video is uploaded on YouTube, but if there can be some sort of a parallel to the past, that sounds like a very interesting development written out there by the hockey gods. Can they be getting lazy here? Could they go out there and reuse the same script? Who really knows? You can let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. If you remember the Abbey Canucks and Bakersfield Condors game from last year, where we ended up seeing Cal Pickard versus Arturs Silovs, but looks like we're going to be seeing it here later today. And just in case Frank Saravalli's info is incorrect, let's say Stuart Skinner does get the start in today's game, and this entire video is wrong, then okay, honestly, I'm all for it. I understand both points of views regarding Stuart Skinner. You leave him in because he's the guy that got you there, you leave him in because you give him a chance to bounce back, you leave him in because you don't want to start up any goaltending controversy and because you believe in him, or you take him out because he stinks. You take him out because at this point anybody is better than Skinner. You take him out because you just need a damn save. But can Cal Pickard do what Arturs Silovs has been doing and be the third string that steps up and gives this team some dubs? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I gotta go back to bed because, yeah, I woke up, made this video. I was like, yeah, no, I had 2 hours of sleep. It's kind of working on some custom hockey cards. Yeah, no, it's kind of taken over my life in a bad way. What else is there to do when you're sick like I am? I'm getting a bit better, though. I guess some people are going to ask about that because y'all have been very generous in the comments section below. I don't mean to get all too philosophical and life updatey at the end of this video here, but yeah, my voice is getting a bit better. I'm coughing less, but I still am coughing a bit. At the end of the day, though, I'm hopefully going to be saving my voice up for tonight's Vancouver and Edmonton action. Thoughts in the comment section below about Cal Pickard getting the start. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.